There are players who play by the rules. And then there are those who rewrite them. In the Eastern Cape of South Africa, where rugby dreams are often born from dust and determination, a young boy once picked up a ball, not to follow the crowd, but to create his own path. His name was Manie Libbok. And from the first moment he touched the ball, people could tell, he didn't just see rugby, he felt it. While other kids focused on power, he focused on rhythm. While others chased size, he chased style. He wasn't trying to be the strongest or the fastest, he was trying to see the game in ways no one else could. To him, the rugby field was a blank canvas. And every play was a stroke of art. But in a world that celebrates structure, there's rarely room for the dreamers. Growing up in the small town of Humansdorp, opportunities were limited. Facilities were basic, fields were rough, and dreams like his often faded under pressure. But Manie was different. He didn't wait for conditions to be perfect. He learned to make magic out of imperfection. His father often watched him spend hours perfecting kicks, angles, and spin passes, not because anyone told him to, but because he wanted to understand the ball. He wanted control. He wanted vision. He wanted beauty in every move. By his teenage years, his creativity on the field was undeniable. He joined her school Outeniqua, one of South Africa's rugby schools, where his talent began to shine beyond the borders of his hometown. But even there, whispers followed him. He wasn't the typical fly half. He didn't play it safe. And in a rugby culture that valued power and precision over flair and freedom, Manie's magic sometimes looked like madness. When Manie began his professional journey, it wasn't the smooth rise that some stars enjoy. He moved through academies, shifted between teams, and constantly fought for the chance to show his worth. From the Bulls, to the Sharks, to finally finding his home with the Stormers, his journey was filled with doubts, bench time, and unspoken frustration. Coaches wanted consistency. He offered creativity. And creativity, in a results-driven world, can be a dangerous gift. For years, he was caught between expectations and identity. Between playing the game their way, or playing it his way. But every time the world said, "Tone it down," Manie whispered to himself, "Never dim your light to fit in the dark." When he joined the DHL Stormers, everything began to change. Coach John Dobson saw something in him that others didn't. He didn't want to control Manie, he wanted to free him. And when that freedom met the field, South African rugby witnessed something spectacular. Suddenly, the game was alive again. Cross kicks that seemed impossible, dummies that fooled even the cameras, and kicks that curved like poetry, Manie Libbok became the heartbeat of the Stormers' revolution. He wasn't just winning matches. He was changing how rugby was seen. Kids across South Africa started practicing no-look passes and clever chips, because they wanted to be like Manie. The boy who once felt too different had now become the example. Then came the moment that every South African dreams of. The call-up to the Springboks. For Manie, it wasn't just a call. It was destiny knocking on the door of a man who had waited far too long for recognition. But this was no fairy tale. The pressure of wearing green and gold is unlike anything else. In a team built on tradition, muscle, and precision, Manie's free-flowing style stood out like color in a black and white film. And when the Rugby World Cup arrived, the world was watching. He produced moments of magic, his passing, his vision, his decision-making, they all shone. But then came the criticism. A few missed kicks. A few tough games. And suddenly, social media and critics attacked. They questioned his temperament, his place, his worth. But those who truly understood rugby saw the truth. He wasn't failing, he was evolving. Because the greatest players don't rise when everything goes right. They rise when the world doubts them. What separates Manie Libbok from the rest isn't his skills. It's his spirit. Even when the criticism grew louder, he refused to let it define him. He didn't hide. He didn't lash out. He kept playing. Kept smiling. Kept creating. And soon, his resilience became his signature. Match after match, his confidence returned. His teammates trusted him more. His leadership started to shine. He became not just a player, but a symbol of what happens when you refuse to let other people's opinions dictate your destiny. Because Manie's story isn't about being perfect. It's about being authentic. Every generation has that one player who redefines how the game is played. For South Africa, that player is Manie Libbok. He's not just a fly half. He's an artist, a thinker, a visionary who saw possibilities long before others did. His story reminds us that innovation doesn't come from comfort zones, it comes from courage. And every time he steps on the pitch, every no-look pass, every unpredictable kick, every burst of brilliance. It's not just skill, it's self-belief. Because to Manie, rugby isn't a system. It's expression. And expression, when fueled by purpose, becomes legacy. When the lights go out and the stadiums fall silent, people will remember Manie Libbok not for how many points he scored, but for how he made them feel. He brought creativity to the structured. He brought color to the tactical. He gave South African rugby something rare, freedom with purpose. And somewhere in a small town, another young boy will pick up a rugby ball, smile, and whisper, "If Manie did it his way, so can I." Because the story of Manie Libbok isn't just about rugby. It's about belief. It's about faith in your gift. It's about refusing to be ordinary in a world that wants you to blend in. He's proof that the game will always have room for dreamers. Because dreamers are the ones who change it forever. This is Happy Rise G World, where we rise with purpose and never back down. Keep believing, keep grinding, and keep rising. Don't forget to subscribe, the journey's only getting started.